Alrighty, y'all, it's time for some trading news. So, the Federal Reserve has cut interest rates like we knew they were going to, but they also announced that they were making 2 more cuts by the end of the year. What does that mean exactly? History has repeatedly repeated itself, okay? So, now let me tell you about this. Back in 2007, back in 2008, we had those lower interest rates, right, and things like that, and people were so excited because they were like, oh my god, I can really go get a house and everything because the interest on my mortgage will be super, super low. People are getting houses who really can't afford it, but because interest rates are so low and they're getting approved for these homes and things like that because banks just want to lend out the money because they are essentially they're paying a 1% interest rate on the money that's loaned to them by the government, and they're loaning out, the bank is loaning out mortgages to people for 6 to 7%, right? So they're making a really, really good profit. So again, interest rates are the price that you pay to be able to borrow money. So when your interest rates are really low, like 5-6%, you're going to want to borrow money. You're going to want to take advantage of this discount. But what's going to happen when they cut those interest rates 2 more times throughout the end of the year? People are going to be borrowing too much money and there's not going to be enough money to go around. So then they're going to put a tighter grip on the money supply by heightening those interest rates and making them go up. And then people are not going to be able to afford their mortgages anymore. And you know what that means? That means foreclosures. And you know what happens with foreclosures? The wealthy, they come and they scoop up property for about 50% of its actual worth, its actual price, and they go and they have real estate. It becomes real estate. They turn it into Airbnbs, or they might get it and then hold it for a little while and then sell it when the market goes back up. You guys, you can be on one or two sides when this happens, because it's going to happen, as well as the stock crash. You can be on the smart side or you can be on the ignorant side. You're not paying for a house when interest rates going down. You're paying for a mortgage. The house is not yours. It has no equity. This is literally just a ploy to have the wealthy get even more wealthy again and to continue this gigantic wealth gap that we already have, you guys. So be smarter. Be smarter. Back in the early 2000s with the first housing market crash, millions and millions of Americans lost their homes due to foreclosures. And millions of Americans bought those homes and became wealthy off of real estate. So we must learn our history so that it doesn't repeat itself. It's going to repeat itself, but I just don't want you a part of the cycle. Be on the winning side, all right?